Hi guys, today I'm going to be counting down my top 5 most anticipated films of 2015, so make sure you sit back, relax, and hate me for what I'm about to say. At number 5 on my list, we've got Whiplash. It's about this promising young drummer who enrolls at a cutthroat musical, I'm reading the synopsis here, conservatory, where his dreams of greatness are mentored by an instructor who will stop at nothing to realise a student's potential. That to me doesn't always sound like my normal cup of tea when I'm watching a film, but I watched a trailer the other day and it really interested me because the J.K. Simmons, who you probably know from the Spider-Man trilogy, the original, as the newspaper guy, he's in it and he plays what I think is a very vile yet very human and real character that we could all probably relate to. We've all had that person in our lives, and I think it's going to be a very interesting film to watch. It's going to be a really cool story. Critics absolutely love it. On Metascore it's been getting 88 and the average user rating is 8.7, so it's a highly regarded film, I think. So yeah, I really can't wait for that film. It's very it seems to be more of a character piece, it's more of a drama than your action hero crash bang wallop. So if you're not really into your character stories, if you just more want explosions, this probably won't be the film for you. But as you all know, I really adore watching character pieces. I really adore watching a character come to life, and from this I really do think that we're going to get the characters more than the plot, if you get what I mean. I think the characters are going to be the main focus of this film, and I really can't wait to see it. It's just going to be one of them films that's going to be a dark horse in the Oscar in the nominations, I think, for awards, because of how different it's going to be. It's going to be a very interesting film, I think. At number 4 on my list, I've got Jurassic World. Now, I've never actually seen the original Jurassic Park trilogy. I think I've watched like the first half an hour of the first one, but for some reason I didn't watch the end of it, and I really did like it, and I really need to go back and watch it. I might go to Tesco and buy the box set later, because I really do want to watch that trilogy, because I think as a film fan I should watch probably one of the greatest franchises that the cinema's ever given us. And so yeah, I really can't wait for Jurassic World. I like the trailer, I think it's fantastic. It's going to be more, it's not your character piece like Whiplash, it's more of your action crash bang wallop type of film but with a very heavy story there. And I really can't wait to see Chris Pratt in action, because obviously he was amazing in Guardians of the Galaxy. And yeah, I think that he's going to... Chris Pratt's definitely one of them new actors. Well, he's been around for quite a while, but to me, Chris Pratt's like the new big actor. He's going to be in absolutely everything. He's like Benedict Cumberbatch. 5 years ago, nobody really knew who he was, but 5 years on, he's in absolutely everything. I really can't wait for Jurassic World. I think it's going to be a very interesting film, and it's going to be... I can't wait to see the continuation of the Jurassic Park trilogy. Obviously, I haven't seen them, but the fans of the series, I think they'll really enjoy to see the story continued and seeing... where they take it. I think it's going to be very interesting, and I really can't wait to see it. At number 3, we've got the obligatory one that has to be in everybody's top 5 really, and that's the Avengers 2. I'm not really a big Marvel fan. I find it too nice in terms of it's too colourful. That's why I prefer DC, because the storylines seem more realistic, they seem more human. Marvel just seems a bit too magic and too much like Disney, and yeah, I don't really enjoy Marvel as much as DC. But I can't wait for the Avengers, because Avengers 2, the trailer, it looked very dark, and it looked like there was very heavy character piece, unlike the first one, which was pretty much, look, we're going to fight out all the time just to build up for the bigger fight at the end. There wasn't really much else other than a lot of fighting, and I didn't really enjoy it. I've not watched it since it was in the cinema really, apart from odd glimpses halfway through. I've not watched it all the way through because I just found it boring, whereas Avengers 2, I think this is where the story gets going, and it's going to actually be a worthy film rather than just something that's like, look, we get all these superheroes together. I think there's actually going to be a need for it, and there's going to be definite story and a progress within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So yeah, I can't wait to see the Avengers 2. At number 2 on my list, I've put a film that was meant to be released out last year, and it didn't really get that many... Not many people liked it. It was very poorly received at the Cannes Film Festival, and that's Lost River. It's the first film to feature Matt Smith, and it's also Ryan Gosling's first directorial debut. And the reason I've put it at number 2 is because I really wanted to see it last year, but I really want to see why people don't like it so much. I'm really intrigued into why it's so bad. I'll read you the synopsis. A single mother is swept into a dark underworld whilst a teenage son discovers a road that leads him to a secret underwater town. From that you can obviously tell it's kind of got a fairy tale aspect to it. It's going to be very whimsical. And I'm just very intrigued into why it's not loved, because to me I was really excited for it and I really liked the trailer for it. But yeah, I'm quite intrigued into it, and that's why it's at number 2. Very intrigued as to why that hasn't been taken on board as well, because Ryan Gosling, he's been in some of the most amazing art house films, for instance Drive, Only God Forgives. He's been in some amazing films, so why isn't his directorial debut loved as much as them? Maybe it's going to be like Drive. Maybe people will love it in years to come. Maybe it'll be like one of them cult films that it has this massive love behind it, but it's just the money that it gets back, the revenue it earns, doesn't show it. Maybe, I don't know. I think I'll like it, so yeah, it's number 2. And number 1 on my list, it's a film series that every British person should love, and it's James Bond. I love James Bond. I love Skyfall. It's a very, very beautiful story. It was a very nice love story between M and James Bond, and I really can't wait to see Spectre. I don't think it will be as good as Skyfall. I think it'll be very hard to top, but it'll definitely be better than Quantum of Solace. That's easy. But yeah, I really love James Bond, and I can't wait to see Daniel Craig as Bond again. I think he'll do a fantastic job, and to see Q and Miss Moneypenny in it again as well as the brand new M. I just think Spectre will be... Skyfall was definitely the end of an era, whereas Spectre for me is going to be the beginning of a brand new era, if you get what I mean by that. But I'm really interested into what's going to happen in Spectre. I'll read you the synopsis for it. A cryptic message from Bond's past sends him on a trail to uncover a sinister organisation, while M battles political forces to keep the Secret Service alive. Bond peels back the layers of deceit to reveal the terrible truth behind Spectre. I've read somewhere that the story that was introduced in Skyfall, it might have been earlier, with the Secret Service going not needed as much, where the government was like, we don't need it, that's going to become a lot more prominent here, and I'm really interested in that, because I really did feel invested in that subplot within Skyfall, and it'll be really nice to see where they go with it in Spectre. I think this will definitely be will be Daniel Craig's penultimate Bond movie. I don't think he'll stay longer than another one after this. So yeah, it'll be very nice to see James Bond back on our screens in November. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've agreed and disagreed with some of the movies that I've put in my list. Make sure you comment down below your list so we can have a nice discussion about films, because who doesn't love a discussion about films? Because I certainly do. Other than that, I don't really have much else to say to you than make sure you come and subscribe to me on Epic, which is my channel. We've got 612 subscribers, but we need more of you. We want you all to come and subscribe to us, because we've got some amazing things lined up. We've been in discussions with people, and yeah, we've got some brilliant videos lined up for you over the coming months. Other than that, see ya.